Now, very quickly, we're going to jump into our favorite segment of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway. Season 1, Episode 9 is called Emanations. You would have loved this one. It's great. Okay?
Is that a sarcastic great?
No, it's really great. It's so ridiculous and over the top. It starts off, they're going to this planet that has rings around it. So it's like Saturn, it's all asteroids around the planet as a ring. And they're going on, we've discovered a new element for the periodic table.
Oh.
I think they say it's number 247.
See, there'd be way more by this time.
I don't know how many elements there are on the periodic table currently, because they keep discovering new ones.
If this was like all these planets, I'm sure there's lots more. That would have been the thing. Must be at number 1,000 by now, probably.
There you go.
Anyway,
so they're going to this place. They're going to check out these asteroid rings because they've discovered this new element. So they get there, and what are they? First, they're going to these asteroids, and what's her name? Their look at my forehead, B'Elanna, is like, we can beam down to these asteroids in the rings. You know why? Because they can support M-class life. And I'm sitting there, wait, what? How does the asteroid have gravity and an atmosphere?
Well, it's in a gravitational pull. That's why it is a ring. But it itself,
it's in space. It doesn't have atmosphere.
No, it wouldn't have atmosphere.
So, why are there these cobwebs?
Cobwebs? There's spiders on these things?
Yeah, there's these.
It's like spiders caught in the gravitational field.
They go into these caves and there's these cobwebs, and I'm like, why would there be spiders there? It's an asteroid. But they can breed there too. I'm like, this is bad writing already.
The science of this show is really bad.
What they find out is that they get there and there's all these dead bodies there.
Because the spiders ate
them. And
they got nothing else to eat. They're on a rock.
It looks like they're in a ceremonial position, but it looks like they're covered in cobwebs, but they're not.
Spiders ate them.
No, it's not cobwebs. Then what happened? So it's look at my forehead, B'Elanna. It's the voice of reason this episode, Chakotay, and it's
he is often that, Mr. Boring.
And it's the over-enthusiastic Harry Kim on this away team.
Yes.
So what happens soon as Kim's like...
And Kim's afraid of spiders. Do tell me, right?
No, Kim's like, Captain, we gotta examine these dead bodies. We don't know anything about this
species. They could have diseases.
It's a
or
first
anything.
Contact situation. He's
dead.
Like, we should desecrate their graves. So the voice of reason, Chakotay, is like, Captain, I don't think we should be messing around with graves.
Don't they just have like little tricorders that tell you everything? You don't need to start taking people apart.
Anyway, the point
That's
is...
what a tricorder is all about.
Anyways, Miss I Know Everything Janeway is like, I'm going to side with Chakotay on that. Let's not desecrate an alien race's gravesite.
And they could have like viruses.
Which could probably piss them off, and it could be a health issue for your crew.
Get diseases.
Because they're not in their spacesuits on these asteroids, because there's atmosphere, of course.
It's like a wet market or something.
So what happens is, as soon as they decide this, they're looking around, because all they're allowed to do is visual inspection. And what happens is a portal opens up, but it's off camera.
They have tricorders?
They do, but they're not allowed to use them. It was Chakotay's call. So they put away the tricorders. Anyway, you're getting bogged down in the weeds. I haven't even gotten into like 10 minutes into the episode. It's going to take forever with all the questions. So a portal opens off camera, and apparently this portal sucks in things and spits things out at the same time.
In a different place or in the same place?
So what happens is they have to beam them out. They're like, oh my god, they're going to suck into this portal. So they beam them out.
Right.
So Chakotay and B'Elanna get back to the ship, and the third person is one of these dead bodies that just got dumped there from the portal, and Harry Kim gets sucked through the portal.
With the spiders.
So he wakes up in this egg-shaped machinery. Okay, it's like a chamber you lie in, and he's in another dimension. Oh. So he's dealing with interdimensional beings, and he's
like the wormhole aliens.
And he's woken up a completely different dimension, not even in the same universe that Starfleet and everything is in. It's another dimension. And he's woken up because they just sent him away to what they call the next emanations, like their next stage of life. okay, to become a spirit or something like that, right?
Yes.
And so they send these people away, but apparently their bodies are just being dumped in this asteroid ring, and they're decomposing,
Right.
and as they decompose, they release this white stuff that then goes all over them.
We've
And
seen that
so-
before,
so-
with that, trying to get to those different stages
So what happens is,
of life.
this is so bad for them. Like, this is them breaking their own rules, and they're being really dumb about it. So what's their main rule that they always have in Star Trek?
Don't interfere with the people.
Yeah, the prime directive, right? It's
Yes.
always the prime directive. So what they end up doing is Janeway has one of these dead bodies that was just, the one they beamed aboard because it was just dumped there.
Right.
The doctor examines it, and
With
it's
a
like,
tricorder.
yeah, in the medical
Does
bay.
it take it apart?
No.
Okay, good.
Stop with all this. These are useless questions. So he takes this dead body that they just got back, that they just got instead of Harry Kim, which I think they got a good trade there.
Yeah.
So what did they do with this alien race they've never met before? He discovers that there's cancer in her body, and that's why she just recently died. So he removes the tumor, and then he revives her. So this lady died, and then they bring her back.
Like, how many years ago did she die?
No, like, she just died.
Oh.
And that's why the
I know
portal
she
opened up
died.
and they sent her.
Oh, I
So-
get it. So it's like a garbage dump for these aliens.
Yeah, so these people are dying, so they go through this they go through this ritual.
Okay.
In a sense, it kills them,
Oh my
okay,
God.
and dumps their corpses there, but they believe they're going to a new plane of existence.
Well, they are.
And maybe they
just
are, maybe they're not.
existing anymore.
No, there's some stuff in there that's like maybe they are, maybe they don't, but they don't quite answer. You have to watch the episode for yourself. The point is Janeway brings back a dead woman. Okay, so imagine you died of cancer, and then you wake up, and the doctor and Janeway are staring down at
Oh
you.
my God.
So the I want to name now doctor,
Yeah.
he's like staring down,
Being
and
a
you know
jerk to
what
her.
his demeanor is. And so this lady dies, and
Not
so she
only
wakes
do
up.
they, like,
all of
mess with them, they bring her back
all
to
of her
life.
religious beliefs have been shattered now, and she's been brought back from the dead. So she's kind of going crazy. So she, you know who tries to make friends with her and calm her
Cass.
down? Mrs. I've got all the jobs, Cass.
Yes.
So now she's ship's counselor, I guess. She's trying to calm her down, but this lady's like, you don't understand what I just been through. This is nuts. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Harry Kim is in their dimension, and he's
Right.
like destroying all of their religious beliefs. He's like, no, there was dead people there. You're not living anywhere else. They're all
Prime
dead.
directive.
He's being really dumb, and it takes him a while to realize he needs to be quiet because they're going to
Yeah.
keep him there forever, and because this is their
This
first.
is his first
This is
job.
their first look into the afterlife, and they want to know about the
It's their
afterlife.
first meeting of an alien race, also.
Well, I guess they're interdimensional beings to each other.
Oh my.
So this is ridiculous.
Doesn't make any sense. And again, why are
So
these
this is
stuff
what
like,
they
and
do.
they never found this mineral, I'm assuming,
No,
then?
it gets even better. I'll tell you what happens. Oh, they did. It's in the dead bodies.
Oh, God.
So, because they're from another dimension, right? So here's what they
now
do.
they're gonna have to
The
take them apart.
lady that they brought back to life,
Right.
they're going to.
She spits up the mineral.
When the
from
next
it
portal opens, they're going to beam her back in so she can go back there.
and freak everyone out. It's like your
Yeah.
grandmother dies.
Exactly.
And
so
then someone digs her up in the graveyard and throws her back
so
into
they
your
try to
house.
beam her back to her dimension and her people. You know what happens? She dies. Like, okay, so they're like, beam her over to the asteroid field. She'll be with the rest of them. So this asteroid field is just being used as a dumping ground
Yeah.
for these
well,
beings from another dimension. And what happens
It would
on
make
Voyager
sense.
is they start teleporting them there too because they're in the proximity of the planet.
oh.
They're what do they call it when they're just circling around the planet
They're
there.
in orbit.
They're just in orbit, right?
Yeah.
So they actually have to leave because they don't want any more of the dead bodies dumped on their ship, and they have to keep beaming them to the asteroids. So they keep getting all these dead bodies.
Sense. There's like rocks everywhere. There's just one portal. Why?
So
That
what
doesn't
happens
make
at
any
the end of the
sense.
day is they go back. The reason why they have to leave is because these dead bodies keep getting closer to the warp core. And if one gets put into the warp core, boom. Okay, so that's why they had to leave. So
Okay.
then B'Elanna figures out how she can protect the warp core with a special,
Dead bodies. The zombies are coming. They're not even zombies. It
We're
would be
just-
cool if they were zombies. That would make more sense.
So they go back, and the next portal that opens, they scan the body that was there, and it's a human body. It's a dead human body.
Terry.
Yeah, because it's Kim, so the machine does kill him, and they just revive him. Because, Star Trek science, right?
Coming back from the dead.
So they completely destroy this race's, religious beliefs and their thoughts on the afterlife. It's really
But
ridiculous.
they protected the warp core.
But they protect the warp core. They got Kim back. They got nothing out of this. It was just really dumb on their part. And
But listen, this was a missed opportunity. These could have been zombies that could have been being put on their
Maybe.
ship. That was a missed opportunity, Voyager. You
Maybe,
could have had
but
zombies
the most
to
rational
deal with.
person in this episode was Chakotay. He was Mr. Reasonable, I guess.
There you go.
So that was another episode.
Sounds
Let us know
fabulous.
your comments on that, and thank you for joining us for another segment of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway.